looking down at me and basically catcalling me. I'm afraid to film him because this is the building that I live in, and you have, again, a lot of aggressive people in Miami and a lot of aggressive people in my building. So I'm just telling you that that is happening right now. What a bum. I hate getting dressed up. That may come as a surprise to many of you when you hear that, because you watch my videos and I do a lot of fashion and I love shopping, and that is all true. I love shopping and I love putting outfits together, but I hate getting dressed up. I live in Miami, Florida, and although I'm sure this, is something that is just about everywhere, when you live in Miami, Florida, I'm just gonna say it, the men here are particularly deviant. They are scumbags. It's as simple as that to say it. Your average guy here approaches you in a despicable way. And I hate getting dressed because when I get dressed up, I get a lot more attention than when I don't. And it's rough because when you get dressed up, the guys here automatically think that that is an automatic, I can come up to you, you want me to come up to you type of thing. But the men here really feel that if you have gotten dressed, that you are like property, and that means that they have the green light to come up to you. And this is just the reality of being a girl. It sucks. And for specifically women out there who are like coming at other women, and you assume that because a girl looks a certain way that we deserve or want the attention that we get, it's like most of the time the attention that we get is negative. I can remember being at a religious organization environment, and at the time I was probably 21 years old, and I had a man come up to me in front of like everyone who was there. The people there didn't care, and this man was probably in his 60s, so he was 3 times my age, and he legitimately said something to me out of nowhere it came out something along the line of, how much for a girl like you. There was another time where I was at a religious organization, and it was not it was sponsored by a religious organization, but it was kind of more of like a party, and it was made in a secular type of way. But I remember I had a guy came up to me at the event, and he put his arm around my neck in type of like a flirtatious type of way, but obviously not acceptable. And he was just like that, and I kind of full on pushed his arm away and ended up having to leave that party very quickly because the religious organization never hired security. They didn't care. It was the type of environment where if a girl came forward and said, there's things happening here that are not acceptable, the men are not behaving, they didn't look out for the girls. And I realized that very quickly, that this was somewhere that I could not go. This was a religious organization that was geared towards attracting young people, as they often do, trying to get people involved with events, meet people. They would advertise at the colleges and that type of stuff. Gave it a go, and that was your experience. I had an incident where a guy that I did not know was essentially harassing me, so much so that I actually had to get the assistance of local police. This was a few years ago, and when the police arrived, the things that they asked me was basically, is this your boyfriend? Is this your boyfriend, and are you fighting with him? And it's like, the guy that I'm telling you is harassing me looks like a full-on degenerate, like hobo on the street, and you're asking me if this is my man. In which case I very sassily replied, do you actually think that a girl that looks like me would go out with something that looks like this? In which case they reacted to that, and they kind of gave a smug look, like, you're right. But the fact that they would even ask that shows, again, you are immediately disadvantaged as when you are in the position of a girl, and a girl who looks a certain way, you're going to get it probably even worse. I remember when I was at this religious organization, I'll go back to that, the person in charge had a guy I was probably 20, 21 years old again when this happened, and we heavily relied at that time on Facebook, and where you would kind of like put your name that you were going to an event. So this creepy guy, who was at the time probably about 40, apparently saw my name on the going list, and then contacted the person in charge and was like asking him all these questions, if I was single, blah blah blah. In which case this person in charge of the event would go on to ask me these questions, and I told him, like, well, you know, you're coming to me with this. And I was like, who is this person? Why do you want me to meet this person? Oh, they're perfect for you. And it's like, they literally had never met this person. They didn't know his age. They didn't know anything about him other than his name, and that he was a man requesting to meet me. I found out on my own, Googled the guy. He was like well known in the community. Found out that he was, you know, in his 40s. And told the religious guy that was running the event, I'm like, no. And I remember how mad they got. They were really like, they would say things like, you would hear it like, pray that a man takes you, pray that you know, someone wants you. Really horrible statements. This guy would end up showing up at events to meet me, caused a lot of drama, where basically I stopped going to this place. As anyone who's watching this would be like, duh, like, why would you go to a place like that? Yeah, this video is kind of in a response to everything that's going on, because it makes you start to realize how much you are harassed as a female in society. You are harassed every day. I mean, you've seen those things where cameras follow you around, and like they'll show like how many times girls get catcalled and stuff like that. But if you are a female, especially in Miami, you're going to be harassed all day long. That is your reality. I don't like the attention. I like shopping, but I wish I lived in a place where I could actually wear a cute outfit and not have to worry about being harassed. And I don't know where that is. I've got a bum on his balcony. He's looking down at me right now as I'm filming this video, looking down at me and basically catcalling me. I'm afraid to film him because this is the building that I live in, and you have, again, a lot of aggressive people in Miami and a lot of aggressive people in my building. So I'm just telling you that is happening right now. What a bum. Off topic, but I thought you guys would like to see the baby iguana infestation. There was another one a second ago, but here are two baby iguanae, 1 and 2.